Hello and welcome back to Quantum Suicide. On the last episode we began a new branch actually, an unfortunate one, where in I believe Logi's ship, instead of Vladimir's death, we begin with Yoshiki's death. And that's where we are currently. So the current conundrum is to check the captain's estate, I guess. Because, again, she and Yoshiki are very close. So, with that though, there's not really much more to cover on, so we'll see where we end up by the end of this, I guess. Unable to get the captain's cries out of my head, I thought it best if I go and check up on her. I wasn't sure yet on the relationship between all the crew, but the captain appeared to usually keep her distance from everyone. That must have been lonely. I hopped out of bed and headed towards the captain's quarters. Honestly, I'm expecting to be shouted at because when it comes to Yoshiki's death, she often reacts very badly. I should also say, between the times of recording these, I had the idea that in the ending where we are killed by the captain, like everyone's killed by the captain, including another version of the captain, I'm beginning to believe that just means that at some point the captain gets a hold of the pocket watch and uses it while we are either already dead or we tell her to. Or she kills us for it and she's just hopping between timelines. I arrived at the door to her quarters to find Vladimir standing outside. Vladimir?
Oh, good morning. Well, as good as morning can be, I guess.
It's going to be interesting to see you alive in this timeline, but it's a welcome change. Vladimir forced a smile that looked both embarrassed and confused. Let's just agree that it is indeed morning. I smiled at Vladimir to try and ease the tension. Vladimir let out a quiet chuckle.
That I will surely agree to.
Until we find out that the clocks have been messed with in some way, right?
So, what are you doing here?
We came here to check on the captain. I was actually coming to check on the captain. You?
I'm here because of Melody.
Melody?
After last night, Melody was upset because the captain was so upset. So she sat up last night and made her a card to try and cheer her up.
That's nice of Melody. I don't think we didn't get a chance to hang out as much because of the last timeline. That's so sweet. Vladimir smiled, but his eyes glassed over as he did.
She said she knew how much it makes you sad when someone in your family goes away, and wanted to tell the captain that everything will be okay.
That's nice of her. Isn't she only 4? Melody is mature for her age.
It's unfortunate that she's being forced to deal with these issues and lose her childhood.
Yep. It really is, I'm sorry. Vladimir let out a sigh as the captain's quarters opened and Melody appeared.
How'd it go, sweetie?
Not very well, by the looks of it.
What happened?
I went in and tried to get the captain the card, but she wouldn't come out from underneath her blankets. But I could see her. I could see the lumps underneath the blankets.
That's good.
So I climbed onto her bed and I hugged the lumps. And I told her everything was gonna be okay.
And what happened?
The blanket started crying.
I don't really know what to say.
Did she come out?
I don't think now's the time, Vladimir.
No, she didn't. I just hugged the lump for a while and it cried. And then I put her card on the bedside table and left.
Good work, sweetie.
Yeah, that's all she could have done.
Do you think it made her feel better?
I'm sure that it will when she looks at it.
Okay, we'll leave it at the captain to rest. How about we go help Katashi with breakfast? Melody's face lit up as if Christmas had come early.
Really?
Yep.
Do you think he'll let me stir something?
Probably. Vladimir nervously laughed as if aware of his daughter's cooking abilities.
I'm sure you can ask him nicely.
Smooth, Vladimir. Melody had already started skipping off down the hallway towards the kitchen before Vladimir had finished his sentence. Vladimir turned to me and put his hand on my shoulder just as he was turning away to follow his daughter.
The captain is a proud woman who struggles to ask for help. She has been ever since she was a child. Please, do your best to be a person she can turn to.
I don't know how to do that. I apologize. Vladimir cut me off before I could respond.
She has no one really that she can turn to on this ship. She has always tried to maintain distance, and the only one who ever got through that wall was Yoshiki. She needs someone, and you're the only one that can.
So we have to find the hole that Yoshiki made in the wall and climb through. I looked into Vladimir's stern but pleasing eyes. I understand, and I will do my best.
There's a good lad.
Thank you. Vladimir firmly patted my shoulder before disappearing down the hallway. I now stood alone in front of the captain's quarters and took a deep breath. Okay, let's do this. As I went to press the door intercom to ask for entry, the door itself opened. The captain must have said to open. I stepped inside slowly. As I entered, I could see exactly what Melody had described. A lump underneath the blankets on the captain's bed, and a handmade card on the bedside table. Wasn't expecting this bright. The lump moved slightly as I made my way into the room, though the blankets muffled a broken voice emerged.
Who's there and what do you want?
I stopped in my tracks and swallowed as I replied. Captain, it's me.
What do you want?
I wanted to make sure you're okay. I'm worried about you. What are you sorry about? This is a tough thing to, yeah, because like if we bring up Yoshiki, she's probably gonna cry more and or get angry at us. If we say we want to make sure she's okay, she might seem like she's either going to be apathetic to the idea, or think we're not sympathetic, at least. And, if we talk about Dai, that's just going to make her angry. But I guess... the lumber of the blankets cleared her throat before speaking as in a usual stern tone.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, let me rephrase that. I know that you aren't okay, and that you're saying you're fine is you deflecting.
Of course I'm okay. Why would I not be?
Because of yesterday.
That was upsetting, but it's over.
Really you're acting like a child. At least come out and lie to my face.
Go away, I'm fine.
If you can come out from under there and look me in the eyes and say you're alright, then I'll go. The lump under the blanket shifted and moved until something resembling a person came out. Purple hair emerged and at the top of the blanket followed by shoulders. It looked like the captain was facing me, but it was hard to be sure. She was mostly hair. She pushed some of it back. You look fine. Yeah. Her eyeballs were pink and her tan face was flushed. Had a flushed tinge to it. The area around her eyes was so puffy, it looked painful. But she did her best to look at my face. She burst into tears again, unable to keep up even the most feeble pretense.
I failed him!
Not really. It was random luck.
I'm so sorry. I tried. I did. I tried.
I believe you. Of course you tried.
No, you don't understand. I told him it would be okay. That he'd be okay.
Yeah, but it was random chance.
He believed me. He trusted me.
Everyone trusts everyone. Sometimes things just are out of your control. It's not your fault.
Then whose fault is it? I'm the captain, aren't I?
It's Dai's fault. It is technically your mother's fault. Yes,
then
but...
I am at fault.
Nope. She couldn't even finish saying his name. She broke down into tears again, her whole body shuddering with every loud sob. I very much doubted that hugging would help, but I couldn't think of what else to do. I sat down on the bed beside her and put my arms around her. She was stiff and tense, but didn't pull away or ask me not to touch her. The captain was sitting with her feet curled up to her side. She then kept leaning forward, like she was trying to fold herself in half. Then she'd rock back again.
I tried.
Everyone knows you did. Don't worry about it. Well, see, you say don't worry about it, isn't it? She started to soften into my touch, but she no longer sat rigid, but leaned into me as I began gently rocking with her. I know that.
Do you think he knows that?
Of course he did. Who would, out of everyone in the cast, who would be? He'd be the last person to ever think you didn't try. Of course he does. I know he does. This brought on a fresh turn of sobbing. Kimiko was almost pushing me over, falling into my support. So I pulled my arm tighter and shifted a little to make myself more stable, a more stable anchor.
Thank you.
She was pushing her hair away from her face, forcing it behind her ears. She was normally so neat and orderly, with her hair carefully groomed. I hadn't realized that there was so much of it. It's okay. Being captain doesn't mean that you're not allowed to have feelings.
They're my crew, and I know I'm not supposed to. I have to look out for everyone, but he was like my little brother.
Well, yeah, that's the sad part of life.
He was my little brother.
I understand. You're meant to be impartial, but I don't think loving someone makes you a bad person. Or a bad captain.
Thank you for saying that.
She looks so angry. You know, Melody left you something. Should we look at it? The captain nodded slowly, as she did her best to regain her composure. I reached over and picked up the card Melody had left. There was a big orange smiley face on the front, and some blue love hearts in a line along the bottom and the top.
She's such a nice kid.
Yes, she is, but she's stuck inside this death game, so we've got to end it pretty quickly. Very empathetic. Though I'm not sure that's a good thing in our current circumstances.
Poor kid.
Kimiko opened the card to read what Melody had written inside.
Dear Captain, I'm very sorry that Yoshiki has gone like my mummy. I hope you feel better. I drew the Eco Lounge for you.
The Eco Lounge sounded interesting. I thought perhaps she'd cry again, but maybe the captain was out of tears. Instead, she sat up straighter, more proudly.
Great spelling. She really is such a wonderful child.
We both looked at the drawing. The trees and vegetable gardens were neatly drawn, and it was easy to see what they were supposed to represent. Melody had obviously put some care into her picture. She's a better artist than I am. Yeah, it's probably true for me as well. Kimiko smiled.
And me.
Yahoo! Everyone's favorite AI system is
it
here. My,
It is
it's a
not.
beautiful day, isn't it? It would be such a shame if someone were to mention the deletion game.
Even though I feel like this is the same text still.
Could I please have all crew report to the dining hall for briefing immediately?
Okay, so what was it? It wasn't Logiships. Logiships is what we just played. So this is the two teams ones, right? Di's a manic voice hollowed through the speaker system and a brain-melting volume.
All right. Apparently I have to get dressed. I'm going to have to order you out of here.
Makes sense. I left the room, figuring that since I was already dressed, I'd better make my way to the dining hall as quick as possible. It would be best not to risk aggravating Di. I was the first to arrive. The twins came in right after me.
It's not enough we have to play her stupid games. She's got to wake us up early, too.
How early is it?
Bloody sadist.
Aren't you also one? Nicholas let out a cheeky grin.
Beatrix is not a morning person.
Don't we know that too well? I kind of want to get back to sleep, just pretend I'm dreaming.
Yes, I know what you mean.
When Vladimir and Melody arrived, only the captain was left, and I.
Did you have any luck?
I don't have time to answer before Dai appeared.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to see you all here promptly and ready to play.
Are we all here?
Wait, where's Captain Crybaby?
Where's Katashi and Shizuka? Fortunately, there were a few seconds before the captain did arrive, and she probably missed Dai's cruel
Nice
jibe.
of you to join us. Late. What happened? You have to get the red eye flight? Get it? Red eye? Crying? Red eye?
If you have to explain it, doesn't work.
Why do I even bother bringing my A material for you people? Such a waste.
It's true, we're not going to be alive long enough to hear it.
Well, I guess that's not completely fair. I mean, Yoshiki always laughed at my jokes.
And look where it got him. Clearly, laughing is not the right answer.
Where is Yoshiki? Oh, right.
Dai shot a side smile at the captain, who was struggling to hold it together before continuing. The tension in the room was incredibly thick.
All right, I can't hold in the excitement any longer. Welcome to round 4 of the deletion game, Bidding Wars.
Bidding wars, yeah.
I have noticed a certain lack of, what's the word?
Cooperation, wasn't it?
Teamwork.
More or less.
So I have specifically designed this game to help us grow as a crew, but more importantly, as a family. We have to work as a team and trust one another if we are to get through this together.
Cut the crap, Dai. One of us will die. Teamwork is not on the cards.
Yep.
Well, it is now, 'cause I said so.
Okay.
If you would all please turn your attention to your tablet devices, I have made you a short video on the rules.
So I'm assuming we're not going to be teamed up with the twins anymore.
So the game will be played, and the bidding wars end on Sunday. Now, would you like me to explain the rules?
Skip the rules. We already know.
Wonderful. So, Team A will be made up of Shizuka, Vladimir, and Kimiko. And Team B will be Katashi, Nicholas, Melody, and Beatrix.
Okay, so I'm assuming Katashi's still at risk of dying, and instead of Yoshiki dying this time, it would also be Vladimir again. Or perhaps it could be Shizuka. Because apparently we're not allowed to let the captain die, so...
What?
Dai pointedly ignored the objection.
And remember, no talking with the enemy from now on, or else.
That's harsh.
Team B, would you please exit the dining room and make your way to the rec room? I will be there shortly to allocate your team captain. But A does come first in the alphabet, so Team A goes first.
Nicholas and Beatrix got him left, but Katashi was having a little pink-head problem on his hands.
I want to stay with Papa.
Thank you for taking one for the team, Katashi.
Dai says we have to go outside.
Papa.
Please, Melody. Come outside with me and I'll explain this game to you.
No talking to the other team now.
Okay, good luck. Oh, we can't even say good luck to him. Vladimir was sitting stony-faced, his eyes closed. I could see the way his eyes screwed up, concentrating and not speaking to his daughter, wincing every time she said his name.
Nicholas is on our team. You like Nicholas, don't you?
Melody quickly forgot the situation.
One time, he let me put his Band-Aid on.
Katashi's face looked a bit surprised, but it worked with it.
Well, let's go out and talk to him. Maybe he has more Band-Aids.
Oh, it's not going to be tough for you. It's going to be tough for you, isn't it?
But Papa needs me.
Why don't we get him a Band-Aid too for later? He won't mind if we go out just for a while, okay?
Okay. Melody looked back at her father, very unsure about this, but Vladimir wasn't looking at her. Maybe that helped to believe Katashi.
Okay.
Good girl. Come on.
Okay. Melody held on to Katashi's hand, and he let her out.
Yuck. I thought they'd never leave.
This is worse than the last situation.
I can't go a week without talking to my daughter. She just lost her mother.
Dai shrugs.
Hey, rules are rules.
Rules that you make.
You make the rules, and this isn't fair.
Thank you, Shizuka. See?
Hey, I designed the game to be challenging.
That is a good point.
Not talking to the kid is a compulsory side quest.
This is a new low, Dai.
Oh, sister, you have no idea how I can get.
Well, I mean, you haven't killed all of us in one blow yet. Dai winked at the captain, who visibly rolled her eyes at Dai.
Now it's time to allocate the team, order, and choose a captain.
the captain being the captain, obviously they don't want to risk that. Is it going to be us again? Because obviously there's always going to be a risk of us dying specifically.
I can be captain.
I said it would be random. Pay attention, Bossy Bessie. I've preloaded 4 cards on your tablets. You can choose one whenever you're ready. The person who chooses the card with the bunny on it will be the team captain.
Are we going to get the card number 3 again? How do we know it's random? You can make the cards whatever you want. I've already preloaded the cards on all the tablets. Once a card has been selected by someone, it cannot be selected by others. Once all cards have been assigned, they will reveal their face.
But who picks first?
What do I care? Just pick.
Shizuka carefully studied the 4 cards simulated on a tablet screen.
They're numbered 1 to 4 here, and the bunny is under one of them randomly.
Thank you for repeating what we already know. Di rolled her eyes.
It's not calculus. Just pick one.
Yeah.
I take 3.
Okay, so I guess we're not sticking with 3 again.
Next.
I'll go last.
I'll take 2. Vladimir.
1 or 4. Vladimir had been sitting back, glaring at Di, but not shouting anymore. I guess he knew Di wouldn't change anything. So she was being cruel on purpose.
1.
I'm fine with number 4.
Which leaves with card number 4. This game is such a thrill already.
Okay.
Lucky number 4. Congrats, Captain.
So we are the captain regardless.
Now it's Team B's turn. Any last questions?
Do the point values have to go in a particular order? Like Shizuka always has the most, and I will always have the least.
Oh no, that would be boring. You can allocate them any way you want, as long as there are at least 2 people with points.
So that means the team captain can screw me over and leave me with no points.
Nice to think that you would do that. Nice of you to think I would do that.
That's not my problem.
Don't worry, I won't do that.
Agreed. It's in everyone's best interest to play fairly.
Shizuka still had something to pout. Shizuka still had something of a pout, but she nodded like she believed us.
Well, this has been an absolute thrill ride, but Team B awaits.
Okay.
Remember, no talking to the other team.
So I guess we're going to hang out with Vladimir and... Well, I guess we're going to have to hang out with all of them. Vladimir's going to have to take care of, I guess, all 3 of us. We're going to have to take care of the captain. Shizuka's probably going to be bored, so she's going to hang out with us, I guess.
Under any circumstances.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to break the rules again by accident, especially with Katashi.
No excuses, no exchanges, no refunds. No correspondence will be entered to.
Though I think it'll be Melody and Vladimir out of habit.
Toodles!
Because that would, especially in the third timeline, I think that would be interesting. It's a completely different pair as well. Di disappeared and Vladimir. It could be. Oh no, I was gonna say it could have been the Captain Yoshiki, but that's the same timeline that we were with Katashi. Di disappeared and Vladimir immediately got to his feet.
This is outrageous. She can't do this.
She is doing this, Vladimir, so she can do this.
She's murdering the crew one by one.
Where will Melody sleep? Who will feed her? What if she has nightmares?
Katashi, and Katashi. Yeah. I mean, I kind of trust him. Well, the twins have a large room. Katashi's going to feed her because he's the chef. If they have nightmares, Nicholas, I'm assuming, is going to help.
You can trust Katashi. And Nicholas, for that matter.
See? No mention of Beatrice.
She can't negotiate. They could just give her no points.
We don't even know if she's not the captain, though.
Katashi wouldn't let that happen. And the twins aren't monsters.
Vladimir did not seem convinced. He kicked the wall.
We need to talk strategy. Here's what I'm thinking. If we use high numbers each round, say 7s, 8s, and 9s, that will probably put us ahead of them as a team.
But... I'm expecting a but.
However, there's 4 of us, and only 3 rounds, so if that plan does fail, one of us won't have had that high number, and that would make them the one to die, guaranteed.
I can see how you failed this time.
Fine. I'll do that.
Nope. Captain, you can't
This is deliberately cruel.
They're going to be trying to predict our behavior, and Katashi knows I'll be strategizing. In which case, maybe we should not go with my first instinct.
Or you should just not speak then, if that's the case. If Katashi knows that you're going to be the one thinking of the plan, we just let someone else think of the plan. Because he can't predict our weakest member, because he's going to be too focused on the strongest member.
But their first move might be to counteract what they think ours will be. So we could focus on beating that.
Shizuka, you're overthinking it. Be quiet. Kimiko was just staring at the table. She didn't seem to be taking in what Shizuka was saying. Neither was Vladimir.
What if she hurts herself? Or gets sick?
Oh my god. All three of them. No. One's obsessed about family, fair enough. One's just willing to die because of depression. I don't want to say fair enough, but it is kind of understandable. And she's just thinking of trying to save everyone, but she's overthinking it, it makes sense. There are 2 medics on her team. They'll take care of her.
She needs her father.
She needs more. She needs not to be in a death game.
So, if they predict we'll be playing one high number, they'll counter with one high number.
Shizuka, shut up. The room was a mess. We may have all been on the same team, but I don't think anyone was on the same page right now. Hang on, calm down, go slower. Captain, what do you think?
In which case, we can play mid-range numbers and beat the low numbers or zeros they give for the other 3 players.
Shizuka, shut up.
Huh?
She can't just take a child away and expect...
Vladimir, shut up.
All 3 battles will be played
Shizuka,
one
shut
after
up.
the other, and there will be very little time in between to strategize.
Alright, okay, so all 3 of you are useless. Shizuka's probably the least useless. But like, you know, give him a tap on the head, all 3 of them.
It's sadistic.
Vladimir, you're gonna make us fight you just so you can focus on the game and make sure she doesn't die. Captain, are you
But
okay?
if we go in with the first round plan, we can also have some options for the second based on likely contingencies.
Shizuka, you're overthinking it.
Sorry, what?
She's 6.
Oh, I thought she was 4.
The third battle might be harder.
Oh my... Our team was divided. I need to get this under control. We lock the door and make sure everyone pays attention before we try and leave. Wait. Stop. Everyone just stop talking for a minute, please.
But
Shizuka, shut up. Hold on. Okay, here's what I think we should do. Captain, I think you should go to bed and get some more sleep. She was clearly still struggling from the previous day's game, and I don't blame
Yes,
her.
I don't feel great.
Shizuka, we have a week, so I think you should put together 3 strategies and then present them to everyone later in the week. We can vote on them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I need time to figure everything out.
Vladimir, you and I should go to your quarters. We'll gather together some things that Molly might want and put them somewhere in plain sight with the door unlocked.
Thank you. That would help a lot.
Okay, I admittedly would not have thought of this plan, but at least our default character has covered this tracks for us.
You should mention it to I too. I don't think Dai would like us passing messages, but if you just tell I as a point of interest, it's not your fault what she does with that information.
Smart, see? Good
Thank
thinking.
you. I'm going to lie down for a while.
I'll get to work right away.
Okay, Kimiko and Shizuka both left for their own quarters, and I accompanied Vladimir to his. I didn't enjoy that scene. It is good in the sense of like drama and like suspense, because everything is going terribly wrong. But yeah, I think but like being an actual person in that situation, not a fan. Tuesday morning, and I was worried about breakfast. What would happen if people from each team met in the dining hall? We'd have to be very careful not to speak or even to even speak to or even communicate with one another. I hadn't specified what exactly what counted as communication, but it was probably best to assume she'd be really strict about it. But what would my team eat? Katashi couldn't speak to us, even about meals. I went along to the dining hall anyway, to see who was there. I found Kimiko and Vladimir sitting at the table, talking to Ai. Good morning.
Hi.
Hello. Sit down. Shizuka's making us breakfast.
Okay.
So, how long do we have until we get close?
We are close now, Captain. Please specify.
I'm assuming this is the black hole conversation.
Close enough that it's dangerous.
It will most likely be Sunday.
That gives us 6 days, right? Are you talking about the black hole?
Yes. You look well. Did you sleep better?
I'm assuming better than the rest of you three. I did. You seem alright too. Did you know? Do you know how Melody is? Did they find how the things we left?
They disappeared last night. Ai says that Melody slept in Katashi's quarters and had fun.
That's good to know. I think with that good news, we should leave it there. Hopefully you enjoyed, because I know I did. So hopefully I'll see you in the next one. With that, goodbye.